How you doing? This is a video. This is a video. This is a video response to Ryan 1988's Ryan 1988's top 10 scream queens of all time, and I'm gonna do something a little different. I'm gonna name 11 scream queens, and they're not all gonna be from slashers. Some of them are exploitation, rape, revenge movies. Starting off with Bellucci from Irreversible. I don't know how many people have seen this movie, but it's most well known for the fire extinguisher scene where a guy gets bashed in a club, like, and they show everything, and it's one long continuous shot. But it's known for that scene, and Bellucci's rape scene in the underpass below a street where she's like walking down. She leaves a party, and then she's looking for a shortcut somewhere, and some other lady on the street, she tells her to go take the underpass, and she goes down there, and then runs into this guy and this girl who, this guy's kind of like, beating her up a little bit. He's about to, I guess, rape her or whatever. But then, she walks up on it like she's about to turn the corner, and then they show up, and then she sees like the guy, roughing her up a little bit, and then he notices her, and then like she's about to run, but then he kind of catches up to her, and then the other girl gets away, but then he's like hooked on, he's about to rough her up, and then it's this like 10-minute rape scene. He kind of like puts a knife to her neck, and then he's just like, it gradually builds up into the rape scene, and it's like, it's 9 minutes long, one long continuous shot, very realistic, and she's just bawling her eyes out, screaming through the whole fucking thing, and it's all just like, it's like she really got raped in that movie, because just the way they, performed it, just simulated, realistic rape, and she got beat up really bad after that, and just the performance, like, it's really believable. It's really hard to watch, and I've only seen this movie twice since I bought it, because it's really that gruesome. It's not a horror movie; it's an exploitation movie. And the fire extinguisher scene and the rape scene are the only two, major violent scenes in the movie. But yeah, just for that rape scene alone, like, she's 11 on the list. Okay, and number 10 is Camille Keaton from I Spit on Your Grave. It's another rape revenge movie, and she gets raped multiple times. I think maybe, let me see. Well, she gets raped by, 4 guys, I think. So it's probably 3 or 4 times. And, she's screaming all through the whole thing. And, it wasn't shot as, realistically as Irreversible, but her performance, just, the emotional level she had to get to just perform that rape scene. And, she, every time after she got raped, she was just all, like, just traumatized, and all kinds of emotions, pissed off and tired, beaten up, and just really worn out by the time, she's done getting raped 4 times, and then she, takes revenge on all of them, and she's really, methodical about it. She's not, like, hysterical, all the time. She's hysterical while she's getting raped, but, she's really slow, methodical, just kind of calm and collected. The way she tricked that one retarded guy into, actually all of them, or yeah, pretty much all of them. The way she, it's like she went through all that hell, and then once she recuperated, she was able to play, seduce the guys and trick them, lure them into, to their deaths, where, she killed them really good. She really got her revenge, like, twofold. But yeah, That's number 10. And number 9, Sondra Castle. Oh wait, she's not on this cover, but Sondra Castle from Last House on the Left. She played Mary. And just for what she went through on set, supposedly the actors who brutalized and raped her, you know, they really just went method acting to the nth degree on her, and you know, she kind of took the method acting like she, I don't know, from the way they explain it in the features and everything, it sounds like she almost, like they almost kind of went too rough on her performing those scenes, and she's supposedly, you know, literally scared to death of the 3 killers, or at least the 3, you know, actors who played the killers, and I don't know, supposedly she just went through hell, and she was kind of naive and sort of a goody two-shoes kind of girl. So I don't know if she had been in other roles like this before this movie, but I don't know. From the way they talk about it, supposedly she kind of got like traumatized and just went through a lot of hell, you know, doing that performance. And you know, that whole scene where she gets raped and, you know, tortured and cut, you know, crew cuts his name into her chest, and then just the way she was, you know, in shock walking into the lake. It's really sad, and you know, it was a real powerful scene. I always remember it. So, you know, she's number 9 on my list, and number 7, I think. Yeah, number 7, Susan Lanier from The Hills Have Eyes original, 1977, and I only picked her because she's probably the loudest scream queen that I've ever heard in a movie. The scene where the trailer gets invaded by the hillbillies, not mutants, but hillbillies, at least in the original. Let me see. A few people get killed in the cabin. You know, she gets semi-raped. I mean, they don't really show it. They just kind of imply that she might have got raped, but they don't really explicitly confirm that. But you know, as some of the family got back to save them, you know, this is all while Big Bob Carter's burning on a tree. So you know, they get back to her, and then Michael Berryman, the other guy, you know, they're making their way out of there. You know, and one of them, he's got her by the hair. He's about to shoot her, and then, you know, the gun's not loaded, and he's like, "Come back later for you, girlie." And just that whole time, she's like screaming, like, "Ah!" Just loud as fuck. I mean, every time I watch that, I always have to turn it down because it just pierces through, like, it pierces your eardrums. You know, you can't watch that scene at full volume because she screams so fucking loud. So, you know, that's why I put her on the list. Number 6, I don't know, I've lost count. I'll just say the next one is Heather Donahue from the Blair Witch Project. I picked her for her performance. It was all improvised, ad-libbed. You know, she was on point with everything. She had her A game. It's like, you never, you know, when I first saw the movie, I thought, you know, you'd think these were real people because they, you know, they talk like real people. They're not rehearsed. And you know, she like hits all the right emotional notes, just, you know, just on the fly without even planning everything. You know, everything's kind of what's the word, non-linear, or just, yeah, everything's improvised, and you know, it's all on point. You know, you don't feel like she might have fucked up or flubbed some lines or anything like that. And you know, the famous scene that gets spoofed all the time where, you know, snots are coming out of her nose and everything. You know, it's just, her performance was just, you know, one of the best I've seen. And she screams a lot in this. And let me see, the next one, Marilyn Burns from Texas Chainsaw Massacre, and you know, she supposedly, you know, just like Sondra Castle in Last House on the Left, she kind of just hit really high emotional notes for the scene. You know, she was screaming a lot of running. You know, she probably, you know, I'm sure it drained the hell out of her just playing that part. And, you know, she even got hit with a little hammer a few times. I mean, I don't know if that was like, you know, it had to be like a rubber hammer, but just the way they brutalized her, and she was screaming all through it. And, you know, she probably even lost her voice. I'm not even sure, but, you know, the calm scenes between all the screaming and running, you know, she's just all shaky and sweaty and jittery, and just the way she, you know, she was real believable. And it's like, I really felt sorry for her just watching that performance. I mean, it's really intense.